Well, surprise, your Medicare plan has been changed. I get a lot of people say, I don't want to change my Medicare plan. Stop bothering me about my Medicare plan. You get all kinds of crazy calls out there all the time from Medicare insurance brokers and agents and companies and all the rest of it. They're not supposed to be cold calling you anymore starting October 1st. So if they are, then if you didn't tell them specifically to call you, then they're not supposed to be calling you. So maybe I would probably hang up on people like that if you didn't specifically tell them to call you or you called them first. All right. So what's happening here? So there are four undisputable facts for 2025 for Medicare. Unfortunate. A lot of people aren't getting this information and they're going to be very, very surprised in January. So my job in my semi-retirement, if you're new to my channel, my name is Ed Weir. I ran the third busiest Social Security office in the country, and I've helped millions of people with all things Social Security, retirement, spouse benefits, survivor benefits, Medicare, Medicaid, all the rest of it. And in my semi-retirement, that's what I'm doing. My commitment is to you to make sure you're getting everything you're entitled. This is also a live Q&A. So if you have any specific questions about any of all that, make sure you type it in the chat. I'll talk about all of the craziness of 2025 here. It won't take that long, probably about 10 minutes. And then I'll get into all of your questions. But there are five undisputable facts for 2025. Let me pop them up here. Fact number one is close to 2 million plans, Medicare Advantage, Part D prescription drug plans, are being canceled effective December 31st. And you were supposed to receive the letter in the mail. A lot of people don't open that. They don't understand what's going on. They, think it's, just regular Medicare, annoying Medicare insurance company. So they just throw it away or use it to wrap fish or whatever the case may be. But up to 2 million people are having their plans canceled. And if you had your plan canceled, you better find a new plan, because if you don't, you go into the doctor in January and the doctor is going to hand you a bill and says, "Hey, here, pay $500, $1,000, $2,000." And you're like, "Oh, here's my card." And I said, "No, that canceled December 31st." So a lot of our people are going to be very, very surprised. So please reach out to everybody that is receiving Medicare Advantage, Part D prescription drug plan. If you have a Medicare supplement plan, the plan F, G, or N, this doesn't apply to you. If you want to get one of those, stick around for fact number four, and this might be a perfect opportunity. So anytime there's a little bit of silver lining in all these plans being canceled, but we're talking about that. We'll talk about that. And even the plans, because basically there's been a lot of changes for next year for the drug plan, the drug prices from 8,000 max to 2,000. So the health insurance companies are trying to save more money so they can buy their CEO a new yacht, whatever the case may be. And so that's why they're canceling all these plans. So everybody that's been canceled, the companies basically said, "Yeah, we're not making money off of these people. It doesn't look like we're going to make money off of these people next year. So bye." Um, so for those people that they can still make money off of next year, they they didn't cancel your plan, but they just might have just downgraded it to where if you actually looked at it and looked at the details, you would probably want to cancel it yourself. And I partnered up with Chapter Medicare. And if you need help, free help reviewing your plan, make sure you reach out to them, tell them Ed said hi, and they'll take care of it. It's 100% free review. They help people throughout the country and they look at every single plan. They'll check your plan, whether it's been canceled, downgraded, give you your other options, and then you decide what you want to do. Okay, so fact number two is if you don't review your plan, you just might lost it for January and for the full whole year, and then you'll have to run around January and try to figure out what's going to happen. If you don't check it, you're going to lose benefits possibly, depending on how your plan has been downgraded. And a lot of people say, well, I just, it's just still zero premium. I still got my doctor. Well, there's a lot more to that. There's how much are you going to pay for your drugs? Did they increase the tiers on your drugs? Did they increase the deductible? Did they increase how much you have to pay per night in a hospital? Did they increase how much for an MRI, for a blood test, whatever the case may be? Those are the things you have to review. And if you don't, then you're going to be stuck with whatever you got next year. Your current plan is just going to roll over, but you think you have a, Corvette, 2024 Corvette Medicare plan in your parking lot, and you wake up January 1st, and now it's a, 1972 Ford Pinto. So sorry, Pinto lovers out there. But there's another thing these insurance companies are doing. If they cancel your plan, they call it they kind of walk you over to another plan of their choosing. So you might receive another card in the mail and you're like, oh, it's the same company and stuff like that, but it's a completely different plan because a lot of people don't realize that these Medicare insurance companies in your area probably have two, three, four, five, six, seven different plans, and you've got the old Ford Pinto version, and everybody else around you's got the Corvette version, um, or vice versa. So it's important to check that because if they say, "Hey, your plan, you are not making enough money on your particular plan. We're going to switch you over to this other plan without, we'll send you the letter, but you didn't read it. It's too complicated. It's not in real English." And they switch you to another plan of their choosing, and guess what? They don't get to be billion-dollar insurance companies by, oh, now we're going to give you free ice cream and unicorns for life because we're such an awesome company. No, they're gonna downgrade you probably. Fact number three is whatever you do, you obviously have to make sure that if you're in a zero premium plan, you want to make sure you're trying to stay on a zero premium plan for next year. You want to keep the same doctors. You want to save money on prescriptions. You want to focus on your health care, how much for the doctors, how much for MRIs, how much for CT scans. And then obviously, look at all the shiny bells and whistles after that. Dental, that might be your most important thing for next year, or gym membership, or whatever the case may be, transportation. So it might be the same exact company. Again, you're like, I like this company. I don't want to switch. Okay, fine. We'll stay with the same company, but upgrade to the newer plan that they have possibly for 2025, or the one they have this year that they're just re-upping for next year. So you can stay with the same company, same as premium, hopefully, same doctor, hopefully, and then save all kinds of money and get yourself better protected. All right. Fact number four is that there's an opportunity. So to return to original Medicare. So if you have a Medicare Advantage plan and you were canceled, a lot of people out there are like, please cancel me, please cancel me. Why? Because if you're canceled, then you have a guaranteed issue. So if you find that letter that says you're canceled, keep that letter. And on the bottom of it, it'll say, because we canceled you, we kicked you to the curb, you now have a guaranteed issue right to get a Medicare supplement plan G or a plan F. And if that's right for you, there's some people it's not right for. It's a budget issue, and so call Chapter Medicare, and they'll see if you're canceled and whether you have a guaranteed issue to see if they can return you to original Medicare starting January 1st. So you don't have to deal with the prior authorizations and the networks and all the referrals and all that other kind of stuff. So you're going to have original Part A, Part B, and then a Medicare supplement, and then you also get a Part D standalone prescription drug plan on top of that. So there are a lot of people out there that are hoping they get canceled. That's always unusual. Yes, please cancel me so I can go back to original Medicare. But it is a perfect opportunity. You don't have to go through health underwriting. So if you have pre-existing conditions and you're 78 years old and you said, oh, I should have got a Medicare supplement. I'm tired of these prior authorizations and networks. I should have got a Medicare supplement but I can't now because of my health conditions. Doesn't matter. You've been canceled. You're free. You can get a plan G, a plan F, and you're beautiful. So awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay.